I'm a filmmaker, editor, storyteller, and actor.
Awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. We always use Zoom, so I'm trying to figure out the team stuff.
It's okay.
Looks like I need to give my computer permission. It's not allowing me to share my screen. Would it be, let's see. Oh, maybe I figured it out. Can you?
Let me know if you need any help. I'll reach out to Anita.
Would it be possible for me to send it to one of you to share? I'm not quite sure what's going on with my computer.
There are 3 people waiting in the lobbies.
Yeah, I don't think it's just yours. I'm trying to admit that my screen is frozen.
Ouch. I'm just gonna
Okay,
try.
I got him now. I got him in.
You know, just all right.
Got it. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me reach out.
Well, at worst, we can just continue without the PowerPoint.
Anita's going to be in shortly to
Okay.
assist.
Hi, Travis. I'm here. You want to send me the PowerPoint?
Yeah, I'm having trouble sharing the screen. I think it's an issue with my computer not having permission. I'm not very familiar with Microsoft Teams. Would it be possible for me to share the presentation with someone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Okay.
So let me pull up. I believe I have your email. It's yes, Burby, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna put both myself and Nadia on this email as well.
Okay.
Okay, and share slides. So there'll be nothing in the, but it'll say share slides.
Cool. Cool. Let me just add you to the document. And then whoever's able to share, that would be great. Great. I just sent it to you. So if someone is able to pull that up, that would be awesome.
Okay, Travis, we're working on it in the background right now. So I will confirm once we're able to upload it.
Great. In the meantime, we can start off. We'll jump around with our order a little bit. If we'd like to do a little activity, kind of to get to know you guys a little more. So if people would be comfortable coming on camera, that would be great. So we can do this activity. I'd love to see some faces of who we have watching. So you can go ahead and turn your camera on if you're comfortable.
Hey guys, remember part of your assignment is to make sure that you're engaging with the employer. So please turn your camera on. It could be briefly, it doesn't have to be for the whole time, but it's part of their activity. All right. Hi, Eddie. Thank you so much. We have a few more people. Hannah, thank you. It's good to see your beautiful faces. All right, do we have some more? Don't be shy.
I'm not seeing anyone on my screen. Do people have their cameras on? For some reason, I don't see anyone.
Yes, I can actually see students on the screen. So that's strange. Hold on.
Yeah, I wonder why. I see Ben when he pops up, but
I wonder if it's because you're outside and this is a DOE account. I'm wondering. But
Okay.
I see Destiny, I see Hannah, I see Justin. Ben, you can't see anyone either? Oh, you're on mute, Ben.
Sorry. I can see Hannah, Destiny, and Justin.
Okay. Travis, it might be because you're working through the browser and
okay.
not the app.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we won't be able to do our activity then. I guess why don't we skip it, because it doesn't seem like it will work if we're not able to see them. And we can maybe do it next time we present next month. So we'll just go through the kind of our presentation then. So if you want to turn your camera back off, you can. Thank you for trying if you did. If you all could share the PowerPoint, that would be awesome. Let me know if you're able to access it.
Sorry, we're having some tech issues in the back. Let me just try to do it another way. I think because it's Google, so it's like.
Yep. we're on conflicting programs. Well, we can go ahead and start, and it looks like someone. Oh, great, beautiful, thank you. Awesome. So Ben, if you're on screen, we can go ahead and dive in. So you can go to slide 2, and Ben, if you want to go ahead and read that slide, that'd be great.
Okay. Is there a way to hit like play slideshow?
Sorry, I'm walking her through it in the background. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, while waiting, I'll just read it. So for Epic's mission, Epic Players is a nonprofit neurodiverse theater company that is dedicated to creating professional performance opportunities and building supportive social communities for artists living with developmental disabilities.
Yeah, so that's what our company does. We work with all kinds of different people with all different kinds of abilities, all working together to create theater. We can jump to slide 4. Slide 3 was our activity that I don't think is going to work out today, but I'll make sure I have the app next time if I'm able to get it. So we can go to slide 4.
Understood.
And go for it, Ben.
Okay, just okay, so for slide, so 2% of roles in TV are written for actors living with disabilities. Of those, 95% are played by able-bodied actors, and so Epic seeks to challenge these stats.
Yeah, so there's already not very many roles in TV and film and on stage that are written for people with disabilities. And then of those roles, they're usually given to neurotypical actors. And we are really not okay with that. And that's really something that we're trying to change. So let's go to the next slide. And these are kind of the different programs that we offer. So we have all of our programs are free for all of our company members. So we do performing arts classes and professional development classes. So we have acting, we'll have audition classes or a dance class, all kinds of things, anything that has to do with theater or performance. We will probably have had a class about it at some point. We also do career guidance, casting support, and EPIC advocacy. So if one of our company members has an audition coming up and they need help preparing, we'll help prepare them for that. Or if they need to do a self-tape or they need help putting their resume together, we'll help do that with them. And if someone wants to cast them in a TV show, we can help kind of be their agent a little bit and work with the people on the TV show to figure out all those logistics. So we also do original works. So we've had playwriting festivals. We do a lot of devising, which is a kind of theater where an ensemble comes together to create something totally original. And we've also done some films. Especially in the last year, we've been doing a lot more film than we ever have been. And a lot of that stuff is totally original work that we create and our players create. We also have social communities and EPIC outings. So we'll do, we used to do back before COVID times, we would have events where we'd go to an apple orchard or we go see a movie. Now we do a lot of social groups kind of on the weekends where we'll have a men's or women's group meet and just kind of hang out and be social. We have a lot of performances also. So we have our main stage performances, which you'll hear some more about, and our cabarets, which you'll also hear more about. And we have our EPIC Underground, which just performed. And EPIC Underground is a kind of show where a bunch of players will create their own original pieces, and it might look like stand-up comedy or poetry, and they'll all have a chance to share those pieces. And then we also have a lot of in-school programs. So we'll go into schools and work with different communities and learn about theater, or we'll create our own original shows with groups of students. So that's kind of the different programs that we have. And we can go to the next slide.
Okay, so here are the jobs at EPIC. So one is actors, which do stage and film. I mean, for stage, like this is mostly for like a theater group. Like sometimes like we put up, most of the time we put up shows live on stage where we perform near live audiences. And for film, that's mostly like where we act naturally, like on camera. Like for example, there was a member from EPIC Players that was in the film called Keep the Change, which we saw a few years back actually, and they had people like, and again they had people speak naturally, and like for those who didn't see the movie, and if you want to watch it, you should check it out actually. And stage managers, it's people who set up the stage before the show. Like there are people like who set up like props, they give out costumes for actors, make sure all the lights are set up correctly. For singers, those are like people who perform mostly for the cabaret, which I'll explain later on. Actually, it's just mostly like people who like sing like on concerts actually. And co-hosts are people who are assistants to the host for certain kinds of shows. Like sometimes we do like EPIC Underground, and like I mentioned, the cabaret, even like theatership programs, even like special organizations for charities.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. So that's a lot of stuff on stage, performing roles, but there's also a lot of backstage jobs that we have to fill. Really anything you find in theater. So we've had people be costume assistants to help build all the costumes for shows. We have a lot of players who have been with us a long time and have now become mentors in some of our classes to help teach the classes. We'll have interns sometimes to come in and do some various work. Presenting, like Ben is doing with me today, we're presenting this. Camera operators, Ben will tell you a little bit more about that also. And even working in a box office for a show also. And many more things that we don't even have time to mention. So let's go to the next slide. Ben, go for it.
Thank you. So all Epic company members are paid for their time and talent, mostly on stage and behind the scenes, actually.
Yeah, and this is something that's really important to us. We feel it's really important to compensate our actors for their work. So we really make it a priority to pay everyone for the work that they do within our company. And we can go to the next slide. So I want to talk about a little bit of what we've discovered in working with our actors and what kind of has made an impact in our work. So Epic actors have an increased sense of self-confidence. Epic actors are able to express and control more emotions, develop specific goals, and diligently work towards them, learn professionalism and accountability, and gain a sense of purpose in their work. And these are all things that we really see develop a lot when people come to work with us in different ways. Professionalism is something we talk about a lot because theater, being professional is really important. So that's a big thing that we have to focus on and learn how to do. We can go to the next slide I don't know if the slides are still up, but are the slides still up and I just can't see them? Or did they go away?
It got disconnected, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
It's coming back.
Oh, great. I'll just keep going until they're back. So we're going to jump to Epic accomplishments. Thank you, slides. Take it away, Ben.
Roger that. So the things that we accomplished most of the time are like, we did just like I mentioned before about cabarets, like we had we did performed like a cabaret at HBO headquarters, and then the next day we were at the New York Stock Exchange bell ringers to ring the bell for Epic players. A year later, no, that's not right. A few months later, and then a year later, we were at Joe's Pub at the Public doing another cabaret performance, mostly about singing. And we did a lot of like sold out productions. Like we did a play called Little Shop of Horrors, and that's a sold out production. Travis, you're on mute.
Thank you, Ben. Sorry. We've also performed at Lincoln Center, and we have tons of classes. We've had way more than 100 at this point. Yeah, so that's just kind of an overview of we've also had some people speak at the United Nations representing Epic, which is pretty awesome. So that's just kind of some different things that we've accomplished and that our players have done. And we can go to the next slide. So if you're interested in getting involved at all, you can check out our website. You can check out our website just for more information It's epicplayersnyc.org. But there's a tab called Join Us, and you can fill that out if you're interested in getting involved with anything that we do. And we will reach out to you. So someone from our staff will contact you. You can join us at one of our classes. We have a class called Epic Plays. We do something different every week. And it's really just a fun, open class that anyone can come to, just to connect and do theater and have a good time. And then if you want to audition for Epic, we'd ask you to prepare a song and a monologue to audition with. We'd set up a time to audition over Zoom. And then we'd have your audition, and you would do an amazing job. And then we would have a short interview session within that audition as well, where we just ask you some questions to get to know you more. And then after that, we would send you an email with any more information. So if you are interested in getting involved with Epic, that's how to do it. And we can go to our next slide.
Okay, so for those who don't know what a cabaret is, even though I mentioned that we have done a cabaret, so here it is. It's a group of singers from Epic who perform live on stage. It is coming up on Monday, April 19th at 7 p.m. The theme is called Songs for a Post-COVID World. Tickets are on sale now if you're interested in wanting to come see the show live on Zoom.
Great, thanks, Ben. So if you're interested in checking out more about Epic and seeing what we do, this is a great opportunity. I'm going to drop that link in the chat just so if anyone wants to check it out. Yeah, so we do cabarets a lot, and this is going to be a really fun one. Ben is in it. And then we also, later in the summer, we have a devised musical coming up. So it doesn't have a title yet because we're still creating it. So it's an original musical that we are writing as a group with the actors. And so it's going to be really exciting. So whenever we get closer, you can come check that out as well. And we can go to our next slide. So now we're going to talk to Ben and get to know him a little bit. Thank you so much. We can stop sharing the slides now. Thank you so much. So I'll start off by asking Ben some questions, and then we'll open it up to all of you. So I don't know if you, we can have people unmute and ask questions, or you can type it in the chat. But I'll ask some questions first to get the ball rolling. So Ben, why don't you tell us how you started acting?
Well, in the very beginning, the founder of Epic Players, named Aubrey Therian, saw some of the videos that I've worked on for the United Nations, one where I interviewed Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and she thought maybe I could try, and she thought maybe I could come to Epic Players to film one of her plays, which was called You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I even edited the videos too as well. But then a year later, I thought I could just try out acting for, they were doing a Shakespeare play called The Tempest. And after I auditioned, I got the role, and I had to rehearse most of the time until the show began. Yeah, that's and yeah, I got used to acting more, and I've been performing on an off-Broadway show. I've been auditioning for some TV shows.
Awesome, thanks, Ben. And Ben is now, because of his off-Broadway work, he is a member of Actors Equity, which, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of the actors union, and to be a part of Equity is a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I forgot to mention that part. That I was asked to try out having I have an agent now from Actors Access, well, actually, Actors Equity Association, and yeah, I've been like looking up, finding like what show that's available or what film to try audition for, even theater plays. And yeah, having an agent is a perfect way for actors and actresses to have, actually. So, some people, because like usually they would help out find like a role for us, for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. Ben, can you tell us a little bit about the process of putting a show together and what that looks like?
Certainly. Well, the very first step for putting a show together is to audition for a role that matches your personality and your acting talent. The second is, if you get if I get the role, I begin memorizing the script independently. Third, next I would rehearse with other cast members and continue to learn my lines and stage directions. Then I receive feedback from the director. Then next, the props, set design, music, and costumes come in. Then there'll be a dress rehearsal where we like put on like costumes and we just show up on stage. So yeah, finally we perform on stage in front of a live audience.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben.
You're very welcome.
Can you tell us a little bit how you got cast in an off-Broadway show?
Certainly. So the writer for the off-Broadway show saw me perform in Epic's production of The Tempest, and he thought I would be a perfect fit for one of the roles in the show. His casting agent contacted me for an audition. I auditioned in front of the writer, his director, and producer. I was fortunate to be cast in the role. And the participants So yeah, I was fortunate to be cast in the role.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. Cool. So now we'd love to open up if any of you have questions that you want to ask Ben, or questions about theater, or questions about Epic. Anything, you can drop it in the chat, or if someone who can see everyone wants to call on people, that works too. I see one in the chat. What made you realize that acting was for you? That's a great question.
What made me realize it? Well, how I realized it. I mean, like, well, I remember, like, as a kid, I was like interested about trying out, like, I wanted to try out being a successful actor, not just for theater but for film and television, actually, and that's one of the things. And also, well, and like but in the beginning, like in reality, usually people would start off in doing being in a theater play, actually. So it's sometimes it happens, but yeah, after like in the beginning, I was a little nervous about trying to perform on stage, because I usually in theater you would have to memorize all the lines as in front of a live audience, but in films and television shows you would give yourself time to try to memorize a line or a scene, actually. But I had managed it really well for theater. It's not easy. I mean, not everything's easy, but yeah, I actually managed it well to perform.
Great. Thanks, Ben. So the next question is, does Epic do TV shows? I can answer that one. Right now we do a lot of various film projects, but we don't have any kind of continuing TV show. Eventually, we hope to have something like that. We try to always be increasing the performance opportunities we have. So we try to do more film, more theater every year. So we don't have that yet, but stay tuned because we might soon. And if anyone else has a question, you can drop it in the chat.
So I see a student is typing.
Okay.
So as soon as she does that, but from another room, a live stream room, one of the questions was, how do you avoid getting nervous on stage?
Do you want to answer that one, Ben?
Certainly. To avoid getting nervous on stage, like it's better like to try to memorize like I know like all you have to do is just try to calm yourself down, like take deep breaths, do a little do a little yoga practice actually. That's one of the things. And like also like if you want to try to memorize what you want to say on stage, you just try to like practice it like mostly a day or a few days before actually. I do that too actually. When I was doing like sometimes when I was in a when I was in a theater play, like when I'm not on stage, like I sometimes like look at the script to try to memorize the scene in case I don't remember before getting back on stage. So yeah, trying to like just trying to try to like think and like doing a little yoga and taking deep breaths are one of the things that we would try to do in order to prevent ourselves getting nervous.
That's a great answer, Ben. I'm going to add on to that too. Just say warm up. So preparing, like Ben was saying with yoga and deep breathing, that can be a really helpful part of warm ups. And also just being prepared, really knowing your material, knowing your lines, knowing what you're supposed to do, being really well rehearsed. That helps me a lot. And part of it too is sometimes there's not a solution. You're just nervous and you have to decide to go on stage anyways and just do your best.
That's a great answer, and thank you for sharing that. So one other question that did pop up on my end, it asked if, let me see, did you get a degree in this field for acting?
Well, I did not get the degree for acting, but I have performed. But I did try to practice. But I had got a degree about like for media and for media actually, and like filming and media like are the two things that I've done in the past before I've done acting, and yeah, I mean I'm still practicing how like acting, not just for theater, but mostly like acting like naturally for television and films. I mean, usually well, I mean, usually for theater, like you would just speak loud near a little loud so audience can hear. But for television and film, you just try to sound natural. But yeah, I did not. Again, I don't have a degree for acting, but I did try out acting. It worked well.
Great. I'm going to add on to that too, because someone in the chat asked, do you need a degree for acting? And that's kind of one of the great things about performing is that you don't need a degree. The thing for performing and acting, though, is that you do need training. So a lot of people get a degree, and that is kind of what prepares them to act and perform. But some people will just go to a bunch of classes and just work really hard. Because when you audition for something, the people casting you might not be looking at if you've gone to college or not. But they will be looking at kind of have you had training, and they'll be able to tell if you're prepared and trained and know what you're doing. And we're happy to wait if people are typing. But Anita, if you just want to let me know, I think Anita's been.
Sorry, my mute button was on.
No, that's no worries.
So, okay, so that was great. I didn't see any questions on the other end.
Okay.
Is there any other questions from the students? It's important to ask your questions now. Do you understand their process? Do you have any questions for Ben personally or Travis? Sorry, my service dog is in the background.
No worries.
All right, let's see. I see someone typing. This was wonderful. As they're typing, this was wonderful. Thank you so much. I just want to let the students know. Oh, there is a question. Aaliyah said, what age can you join Epic Players?
That is a great question. So usually we work with people who are 18 and up. But if someone is really passionate and really wants to get involved earlier, and they reach out to us, and they feel ready to kind of focus on acting in a professional way, then we might be willing to make an exception. And we've had people in Epic who have been as young as 16 before.
Thank you. Aaliyah, did that answer your question? Do you have another one? And just real quick, if you can, everyone in the room, now I know my camera's not working, but I know a few people did put on their camera a little earlier. Can you just turn your camera on real quick? Just to say thank you, give a shout out, a thumbs up to our presenters today. Again, let's see if you're able to see it. We had some faces earlier. Oh, there goes my guys there. All right, just keep it on. I'm gonna do a screenshot for all of you and for our newsletter. So sorry if you hear my camera going off in the back. Let's give them a thumbs up. Travis and Ben, thank you so much. You could give them a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Can you see them, Travis, this time?
I can't, but I can feel the
Ben,
love.
are you able to see all the students?
I'm not able to see them, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll send you a picture, okay?
Great.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
it'll
send
be
you a
fun.
picture.
Hopefully next time we can figure it out and I can I'll be able to see people.
Absolutely. Well, you did an amazing job today, and I apologize for the tech issues. It was just one of those days, but this was amazing. A lot of great information, and we really appreciate your time. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Now, for the students who are here in the room, I just need to give you one update in regards to your assignment after this. You will be receiving an email to ask about your experience and what you learned from this experience and this workshop, this job shadowing session. So make sure you look out for that email and fill out that information. In the meantime, Nadia is going to place the attendance form in the chat box. All right, so you can get credit for your session today. Okay? And thank you all for being here.
I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Ben. You're welcome to sign off. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It's good seeing everyone, and hope you have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Anita, you,
Great.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead, Nadia.
you didn't send me the new one. I took pictures of the